Do you all ever notice how sometimes the system works? Like when something happens to us, it takes its time, it moves slow. But whenever inconveniences happen to people at the top, oh, it becomes urgent then. Oh, we got to do something. Do you all ever notice that, or is it just me? And I got proof to back it up. And it's just not in the world itself. You can see it in your work pattern. Like I have said some things to management and they don't respond to me, but let somebody else say it. Let somebody else say it who has a better title. Oh, they moved in. And I don't want you all laughing because I probably told you all this story before, but I was sharing the office with a rat. Yes, a rat, a four-legged creature, a rodent. And it was scratching in the walls. So, I call management. I'm like, there's a rat in here in my office with me. How do you know it's a rat? Ma'am, sir, because I can hear it scratching. They didn't do nothing about it, y'all. So I had to, get my own resources. I had to stuff the hole up with paper and duct tape. And that rat was relentless. It was determined to get in the office, y'all. It made me, I couldn't even concentrate, y'all. I couldn't focus on clients because I didn't know if that rat was going to come out and run around the room. And I didn't know. I didn't have anybody in the office with me, but I was calling people on the phone. But guess what? I kept filling that hole up, and the rat eventually moved to my coworker's office and found the hole out and got out and started running around in her office. They won't move when it's people like me because, I'm nobody in the system. My title is not big enough. So when administration was affected with the rat, that's when they wanted to move. And it's like that all the time. I can take y'all back to 2008 again because that's when the interest rates were really high. That was a bad time. I told you all about that. I was using my credit card to get gas. That was a horrible time. The economy was in a bad shape. And, people were losing their homes, having to foreclose. People had to pay their bills with their credit cards and use their 401k and pensions just to stay in their home. And you all know what? A lot of people didn't recover during that time. But nobody cared, did it? Not until the banks started getting affected. Now, when the banks got affected, that's when they wanted to bail the banks out because that's when the system said we got to save the banks because everything flows through them. Mortgages, paychecks, businesses, they depend on the banks. So they stepped in and bailed them out. And I remember that too. I was like, wow, these people are out here suffering and the banks get bailed out. But you know what? We still got to pay IRS back. We don't get a break. Don't nobody come to save us like that. And that brings me to right now, y'all. Do you all know TSA agents still haven't gotten paid? It's been almost 2 months and these people have not received a paycheck. And I know you all have seen the long lines. A lot of flights have had to be canceled because a lot of TS agents have quit their job. They're showing up every day and not getting a paycheck. I can't even imagine doing somebody like that. They're supposed to be trying to rewrite the law that if the government shuts down, then TSA will still get paid. They should have been done that because it just doesn't make sense. And I was told some of the TSA agents only make about $35,000 a year. That's nothing. And do you all know that some people have the nerve to say that TSA should start preparing for this and start saving their own money just in case the government gets shut down? How you going to say that out of your mouth? Do you know what kind of economy that we're in? This ain't the same world 10 years ago. TSA is very important because I don't know if y'all remember 9/11. That was a horrible time, but that's when TSA was created because first it was being secured by private companies, and they were just not able to do it. But TSA is very important. And you mean to tell me that they're not paying these people? Now, I hope by the time I put this video up that they will be paid. But right now, it's been about 2 months. I couldn't do nobody like that, y'all. If I was in a position knowing that I have people working up under me and not getting paid, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. But these people in our government, they sleep well, they eat well, they go to these expensive meetings, and it's well in their soul, because there's no way I could do that to an individual. I can't do that to people, knowing that they already are not making that much money. And then to make them come to work without getting a paycheck. And you know what, y'all? Some people are getting numb to this because they're used to this happening. So some people don't even care. But people often forget very quick. But you know what I think about sometimes, y'all? 9/11 was a hard year. That was a horrible event for us to experience and witness. But sometimes I think, did they create TSA because they're at risk of being harmed? Because you all know they have to travel too, and they want to be safe. Sometimes I wonder, like, would they have even created TSA if it was just made for us? That's just something to think about. Because most of the time, people at the top, they don't move until something happens to them or somebody in their family that they care about. And it's the same way now in these jobs. It mirrors the system, because I've said things to management before, letting them know that I don't feel safe, and nothing was done until somebody else said it. I've told them numerous things, but they didn't respond to me until a supervisor or somebody at the top brought it to their awareness. My words mean nothing. It always has to be the right person to say something. And I don't have the title and the position. Y'all put some eyeglasses in the comments if you all see what I see. Am I the only one who sees this? Am I the only one that recognizes these patterns? The system will only move for the people at the top, or the person that has influence. You have to be a part of the team for the system to really care. But that's all I have, you guys. And I look forward to talking to you all in the comments.